I don't know if you can hear it on my mic, but we're surrounded by geese migrating south. We're here in Treaty 2 territory in Arborg, Manitoba, at the Arborg and District Multicultural Heritage Village. They've been excellent and gracious hosts to Theatre Projects Manitoba a few times this summer now, as we've been creating work in collaboration with members of the Interlake as a part of Chautauqua, the Interlake Trail. Last year in November, two big things happened for me. One, I lost my last grandparent, my grandfather on my mom's side, and I was commissioned by Theatre Projects to make an artistic project as a part of this Chautauqua, the Interlake Trail. I was met with a dilemma. I really didn't know what I was going to make, but I knew that it needed to be in collaboration with folks living here in the Interlake, as well as it needed to reflect them back to themselves. It was one night when my wife explained to me that as we were grieving and thinking back on the loss of my grandfather, that with all four of my grandparents, cooking was a big part of my experience of them. And it jogged a memory for me that in all of the instances when we would cook together, there would be stories and memories that came out that, not that they were reserved only for the times when we would cook, but it seemed that the ritual of the cooking itself jogged those whole memories. So in honor of John and Mary Dick and Julius and Susan Banman, it is my great privilege to present to you four really special community members and three really special foods here on the Recipes That Made Us.
So I hope you know. Oh, I hope you know what you mean to me.
Today we have a really special guest, someone who you'll see I really enjoyed cooking today with. Her name is Martine Sawanis. When I reached out to the Riverton Friendship Center, it was a really clear and evident answer for them on who I should be talking to when I said, I want to find someone special and I want to find something that they cook that's really special. So we'll be making Bannock today with the lovely Martine Sawanis. Lovely is precisely the word that I hear come out of the mouth of anyone who has met Martine. She's always laughing and has a smile that could light the darkest room. She's known for building community with her excellent cooking, having started her work at the Riverton Friendship Center, running a hot lunch program for students at the local school. Martine and I had a ton of fun making her first-rate Bannock recipe today, and Martine showed me how versatile Bannock can be. We made garlic and cheese-filled Bannock, cinnamon sugar Bannock, and my favorite of the day, fried slices of garlic sausage wrapped in Bannock. Of course, Martine shared with me some of the inheritance of her renowned cooking skills and how she takes seriously passing this on to her kids as well. But first, we picked out our aprons. Then you'll have to forgive me. I'm up here from Winnipeg right now, and I've been cooking for the last 2 days, and so these aren't as clean as you deserve, but it is what I have. So what apron would you like to be wearing today while we cook?
Okay, I'll wear this one.
Okay.
But you know, they say when they're dirty, you had a lot of fun, so.
Sure, yeah.
Kids.
Cool. And what should I wear today? What strikes you? Good. I think there is some good energy in this one too. Bannock's a simple recipe that starts with flour and baking powder. Was that too much?
I think so. You can add a little more flour.
Okay.
Always good to have extra Bannock, and you can't go wrong.
Yeah, sure. Salt?
Yeah.
Okay.
About a teaspoon of it.
Okay, you
Well, I don't know, I measure in my...
Oh, right, of course.
That's good. Whoa, that's...
You know, making a recipe with someone who's an expert at it sometimes means going by feel, but you can get the recipe below in the episode notes.
Once your dry ingredients are well mixed, you make a well,
Okay.
and we add oil and water. I just use canola oil because it's handier, I guess.
Okay.
I was taught to originally use lard. So when you mix it with lard, then you work the lard with the dry ingredients like you do with pie. For frying, I add a little less than I do when we're baking. Then you add water. You'll probably need 2 cups of water.
Gonna dump
all
this
of
all
it,
in?
yeah.
Okay.
And then once it starts forming a dough, then you can get in there with your hands. And don't play with it too much. Don't mix it too much.
Okay.
So you have to get it into a dough form and then just try to leave it. The more you play with your bannock dough, it'll come out rock hard. It won't be as fluffy.
Now I'm nervous about over-mixing this.
I do it with the kids at school too, elementary school kids and stuff, and I tell them it's got to feel like a soft belly. So if your dough feels like a soft belly,
Sure.
you're good.
Oh, I recognize this now. Yeah, I know the feel of a soft belly a little too well myself, Martine. The mixing of bannock comes together quickly, but before we started to cook, Martine recalled the first time she had made bannock.
Watching my grandma make it, and she'd give me chunks of dough to play with, and then eventually it led to my own little tiny bowl beside her, and she'd put all the ingredients and I'd start mixing. So
Oh, what a thoughtful, sweet little thing.
yeah, and I was about 8 when I graduated to having my own little bowl.
Okay. Yeah, it's about time you had your own bowl now, right? Part of what has made Martine such an excellent cook is her curiosity and her eagerness to experiment and try new things with her cooking.
I think I was about 10 when I started experimenting on my own. Tried adding chocolate chips.
How's chocolate chips?
Different.
Yeah.
And once I did strawberry sauce.
Okay.
My bannock came out pink.
How'd it taste?
I can't remember, but I remember the expressions on my grandparents. They're like, pink.
I guess the proof is in the eating, and I haven't heard you make strawberry sauce bannock again since then.
No.
So it might not have been as much of a hit.
They were awesome. They still tried it.
Yeah. We won't be trying strawberry sauce bannock today. We're sticking to what works. Fried garlic sausage first for garlic sausage stuffed bannock.
Once they're fried, then we wrap them in bannock, and then we fry again.
All right.
We shred cheese, and I brought garlic. So we're gonna do garlic and cheese bannock.
Oh yeah. Grated cheese and garlic for garlic cheese buns. And while we grated our cheese, Martine told me about her work at the Riverton Friendship Center, where she started working 12 years ago.
I started the hot lunch program every Tuesday, Thursday, so I started as part-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was students from the school able to come have a hot lunch?
Yes.
Oh, really cool.
For $1.
Wow.
So $1 for a hot meal.
Okay.
Can't beat that.
And then rolling out some bannock for dessert with some melted butter, cinnamon, and sugar. While we prepped the cinnamon bun bannock, Martine told me about some of the things she would have had with her bannock growing up in Deer Lake First Nation.
With moose meat, stew, soup, roast,
Okay.
rabbit, same thing. Stew, soup, roast, ducks, geese, blueberries. There's an abundance of blueberries in Deer Lake. I mean, unfortunately, it comes after a wildfire, and then
Sure.
there isn't
Because
huge,
that's where the
beautiful
blueberry bushes grow. Yeah, it's in the graveyard of all those trees, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and there's always forest fires back home. They just recently got evacuated this summer.
Oh, wow.
And the whole community, so 1,500 people. My sister was saying it's so smoky here, fire's getting close, the skies are so orange. I'm like, ooh, the blueberry bushes next year. She's like, Martine! And she's like, must you always think of all the positive? Gotta think positive.
You're looking at the silver lining, right?
Martine was great to be in the kitchen with. We had a lot of fun, and she told me how she teaches her kids to cook too.
Being with my kids, right? I don't want to criticize them too much, otherwise it'll discourage them.
Sure.
So I try not to. I try to let them do their way.
Okay.
Okay, and then the brown sugar.
Okay, cool.
You just sprinkle however much you want. Can't go wrong with cheese and sugar.
Hey, what do we want to do next?
And now we roll.
Okay.
There's no right way or wrong way to roll.
You're such a good coach.
We greased our pan and cut up our cinnamon bun bannock. Next, we moved on to making our garlic and cheese bannock.
So I'm gonna mix in my cheese and my garlic now, but your warning to me is I don't want to overwork the dough. Okay. I'm nervous now.
That's okay. And then give it a squish.
Okay.
And then add more cheese.
Okay.
But give it like this.
After I see you do it, I go like, oh, I look so timid while I'm doing this. And you know, as my wife always says,
Add more cheese.
A little bit more, yeah.
Smart woman.
Yeah, she is. Okay.
While we could have done it as one large piece, this time we chose to roll them into buns. But we had to bake them in the same dish as the cinnamon sugar bannock because I didn't bring enough cookware.
Okay.
That's all good.
Great.
Okay.
While those bake, it was time to get frying. Our garlic sausage slices fried up quick, and then it was time to fry our bannock in a generous helping of oil.
Keep going.
Okay.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
One of the things I learned about Martine that day was how thoughtful she is, and she told me how that extends to teaching her kids to cook.
Once we start baking, I get them to read out the recipe and the ingredients, and then they learn to read out the fractions and stuff and recognize the metric system, right?
Yeah.
So tablespoons, teaspoons, there's all the short forms and stuff, and then the directions. So then we just go step by step, and they read the directions, and that way they learn how to read directions when it comes to whatever comes up for the rest of their lives.
Sure.
I mean, it
Well,
starts when they're small. Like
yeah.
Ezra helps me now, and he's 3, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's just as simple as helping me pull out all the ingredients,
Yeah.
mixing.
Martine showed me that I should be looking for the sides beginning to brown, and then we flipped our bannock to fry the other side. With our fried bannock done, it was time to wrap and fry our garlic sausage slices, and I asked Martine what was the most amount of people she had ever cooked for at once.
About 500.
Holy.
It's for our annual seniors dinner with the Friendship Center.
Okay.
So, and we do it near Christmas. It's always the first Tuesday of December that we have
Okay.
it. And that's a huge preparation.
I can imagine.
The numbers grow. I mean, we started at about 350.
Okay.
So we're now at 500 people.
Wow.
So each year we get more and more people, and you think, oh, you know, there's that many seniors in Riverton? No, there isn't. They just come from all over.
Sure. You're feeding the entire Interlake.
Yeah, pretty much. So, they're done.
Okay.
Our timing was great, and our baked bannock was done almost at exactly the same time as our fried bannock. Everything's ready. Now it's time for the eating.
Let's start with the
The bannock.
yeah, the bannock itself.
Yeah.
Okay, if I just grab it.
Of
here?
course.
Yeah. Oh. You know,
It's light and fluffy.
yeah, it sounds great as I even rip it apart. Okay, we do
Oh,
cheers here when
cheers.
we eat. Cheers.
Okay. Fried bannock is always so good. And what do you think?
I think this is excellent. Without a doubt. It's really humble. It's, you know, flour, salt, and water and oil, right? But man, it's got a great texture. I love that you've got this fluffiness in the middle here and the crispiness on the outside. It's just the right amount of salty too. And you said you like to have this with peanut butter?
Or butter. Or with anything, actually.
We tried the cheese and garlic bannock next.
I guess so. You cheers me again here. Cheers. Okay. Wow, that's really good. I would see with the bannock, this would be great with a stew or a soup,
Oh, yeah.
right? And it really sop it up. That was so good. I'm gonna hurt myself eating all this. But it's the kind of thing you don't want to stop.
Shall we try the garlic sausage?
I think so. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. And forgive me, I'm gonna have another one right away.
It's okay.
What I really like about this is I still have some of the softer part of the dough here. That's really good.
One of my favorites actually, when I was a little girl, my grandma would do bannock on a cast iron pan.
Okay.
But she'd have it kind of propped up on an angle right by the fire.
Okay.
So it would slowly cook the outside, and then she would flip and just slowly, and it's, oh my God, it's so good.
Well, we should have a cinnamon bun. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's interesting. All of them have a little bit slightly different texture on the inside of the bannock. All because we cook them differently, right? This one was just pan fried. This one will have already had the pre-cooked meat in there and is a thinner dough. This was bun-like. And then this guy here, because it's rolled and it would have had the kind of almost steamed from the inside with the butter and the, at least to me. And it's just a slightly different texture, but it's really nice. What do you think of you know, I know.
I think you did a good job.
Yeah, I did okay.
Yeah.
I was fishing for a compliment. Thank you. And, I'm glad to add this to my cookbook at home and have some more myself. Martine, I want to say thank you for coming to join us today.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm
enjoyed
glad it was.
Yeah.
When I reached out, it was a no-brainer that you were the one I was supposed to cook with. Many times your name came up, both for the way that you build a team around you, the way that you serve your community through food, and the fact that you're just a very lovely person to be around. You're welcome. Once we finish here, I'm going to pig out on this. So thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's been so great to spend this day with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. This was a whole lot of fun.
Thus concluded a fun and lovely day with the fun and lovely Martine Sawanis. You can make your own bannock with her recipe shared below, and when you do, share a photo with us on Instagram at TPM Winnipeg. Remember, the best food is made with your heart, not with your head.
Tell me how to cook on my cooking show.
All right, great.
Just a little fussy.